So yeah, we have a clip of Nancy Pelosi and Lin Manuel Miranda.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, so
what a power!
There's a phrase I think people may have heard it. That dog won't hunt, and it's sort of like the Democrats. There are things that they should do, like accountability for Jan 6. Are they going to be able to do it? I mean, I hope so. Good luck to most accountability as possible. But these sorts of things don't inspire confidence.
To begin the conversation, we're privileged to have a contribution from one of the great creative talents of our time, Lin Manuel Miranda. May his beautiful words be an inspiration to us. Among the words he said and in the music, we'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you and we'll give the world to you. Lin Manuel and his father and the Hamilton singers whom we'll hear from said that they were all very honored to be asked to participate today. I call your attention to...
A new year brings hope for the future, new energy to face the tasks ahead of us, and a renewed promise to strengthen the foundations of our democracy. We are all stewards of the American experiment, working to pass down to our children and our grandchildren a more perfect union that treats all its citizens with fairness and equity. We should never take our rights and liberties for granted, and we must remain committed to finding a way forward together. That's what I wrote about in the song Dear Theodosia from Hamilton. I believe no challenge is worth abandoning our efforts to unite as Americans. We'll keep working, generation after generation, until we reach that someday.
Oh my God. High in the sky.
Oh my God.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have my eyes, you have your mother's name.
When you came into the world, you cried, and it broke my heart. I'm dedicated.
Why do talented people have to be so corny? Like, why can't those talents be bestowed upon non-corny people? Like, they're good singers, those guys, obviously. Why they got to do something so corny?
It's like the guy who paints those like really super realistic like oil paintings of Trump, like holding the flag and looking confused. It's like, well, with that talent, you can do some like fruit or something. Like
right.
Do some like, kind of like recreate some Bob Ross painting or something in your free time.
Right. I mean, that's also, I guess, why they are corny liberals, I guess, because we know that in order to become a conservative, 99% of them are just not talented at anything. So they go into conservative commentary because they got nothing else to do. Yeah. See Ben Shapiro wanting to be a screenwriter and every other conservative who wanted some sort of Hollywood dream life to come true and ended up not even getting booked for a single role and then fell into basically talking about how really, though, Hollywood elites are all eating babies. So that's why I didn't want to be part of Hollywood. Yeah. Not because I have no talent.
Lin Manuel's stuff is so whack. I mean, the whole, like the quote that Pelosi read off in the before she threw to the video, it was like, pass it on. We can pass it on to you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we can pass you on the world. So like, just, okay, inheritance. So we're talking about people who like love the concept of like inheritance and they really believe in that. And it's like, oh, also his dad is really like happy to be part of this too. It's like, oh yeah, that's because his dad is a State Department guy. So I think we're understanding a little bit of the buy-in. And like, I always thought it was weird that Democratic politicians were talking about, and I know it was a big thing regardless of like the buy-in from like 2016 election year stuff, but it always seemed like, honestly, like this is like, if the Democrats didn't pay for part of this, like the catering or something, they could have. But anyway, I digress. I'm not a fan of Lin Manuel, but we do have another clip just to kind of show off his.
I will say his songs in Moana are good. So basically, if he's creating something for a production that he didn't write, he's not the creative force behind. Okay. He can put together good songs because the Moana songs are good, but he had to work off of the story that was written by someone other than him.
People get mad when I comment on the quality of Lin Manuel Miranda's work. And so I'll take a pass on this one. I just want to applaud the Democrats for finding something almost as unbearable as like watching a bunch of like QAnon people storm the Capitol to do like the year after. Just like the collective trauma just keeps compounding, I suppose.
Can we play this clip of him freestyling?
Oh my God. Do we have to?
Yeah, we do.
Oh my God.
past patiently waiting. I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation.
Oh my, what?
That's not freestyling. That's like not even.
That was actually that was the lyrics from, I think, Hamilton, actually, and he was just.
I don't remember it
off the dome.
I don't.
It's called bars, son.
It is not called bars, son. I do not even remember any of the songs from Hamilton. I always say that, and people get mad at me, but it's like they're so forgettable and so poorly executed that it's like hard to like even understand them. Even if it's hard to understand them in that sense.
Oh, someone in the YouTube chat just reminded me. He also just wrote the song. He also wrote the songs for that new Disney movie, Encanto. And the funny thing about that is that all the people who like that movie, like the Disney fans like that movie, there's this meme online where they make fun of the fact that like they asked him to write the music and then made sure he didn't play any of the characters, even this one character that he obviously definitely wanted to play, but they gave John Leguizamo the role instead.
Great decision.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw a John Leguizamo production of Othello presented as a hip opera. And let me tell you, it was infinitely better than Hamilton. And
where, Brandon?
Was that?
Where was that?
In New York somewhere. I mean, there's like a trillion cities. There's like a trillion theaters here. It was like years ago.
That's
like,
amazing.
6 years ago in like an off-Broadway theater. It was like really tiny theater, and it was like at the end of their run, and it was like maybe 6 other people in there, but it was great.
I used to love The Pest when I was like 8.
Very minimal set. I love John Leguizamo's productions.
Yeah, he's good. He's Luigi in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Or he should be Luigi in the new one. Or maybe he should be Mario. They should have upgraded.
He should be Mario. Why do we get what's his face? Oh my God, it's gonna be so bad. Chris Pratt. Oh my God. And they've already said they're not even gonna try to do the Mario voice we all know. Like it's a completely different take of Mario. You know, it's not gonna be it's a me, Mario. It's not gonna be that at all. They're gonna just let Chris Pratt be Chris Pratt. Yeah.
Italophobia. Italophobia.
Chris Pratt. What part? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt was like Hollywood's last attempt to make like a new leading man who people could like want in movies, and he just kind of like didn't take off.
John Wayne.
He was like fine in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then like he did that Passengers movie where he like wakes up Jennifer Lawrence or something to like be his girlfriend, and then like I don't know what else he's done since then.
Aaron is not cool says, did they not learn the lessons from the celebs singing Imagine? I mean, I don't know if those celebs even learned their lesson, to be quite honest.
Gal Gadot said she thought it was in bad taste, though. I mean, one of them maybe has.
Right.
I mean, Gal Gadot thinks it's in bad taste.
Yeah, right. You know, you don't want to be the one who's still clinging to that after like Gal Gadot leaves.
I mean, I feel like she thinks it's in bad taste after the fact that she got like pilloried over it. I don't think she thinks it's in bad taste in general, honestly.
It was in bad taste when John Lennon did it.
All right. Wayne Kerr says the Dems are doomed. They really think people singing is compelling. Literally, go get any janitor that works the Capitol and have him describe his struggles. Tenfold more compelling. Yeah, but then that would be having to address actual issues and not like the vague nothingness that Lin Manuel Miranda said about the importance of our democracy and the foundations that our Constitution is built on. It's just absolute, like, no difference between that nonsense and the nonsense from like any conservative patriot and with the bullshit they say. There's the vague nothingness using like words that sound patriotic to just say like democracy, Constitution.
There's just there's like a vague agreement amongst, you know, the center, generally speaking, left or right, that America is exceptional. And, you know, you can also see it like represented in the different ways in which like Democratic aligned voters and right wing, Republican aligned voters like justify invading countries. Like Democrats feel like it's because of like feminist, liberal, like, you know, shallow issues, and Republicans just like killing people, obviously, or like, you know, for oil. But, you know, I think the larger, more interesting part is that there is this kind of very weird belief that if, you know, self-actualization in this way, like, well, as long as I think of it differently, it makes it different in terms of like the material effect of reality is something that like liberal aligned voters have like conditioned themselves to believe is true about their, like, you know, their political choices, even if they result in like supporting the same thing, you know, functionally as Republicans do. I don't know if this has to do with like, you know, Hamilton, but God, I hate that. Such a terrible, terrible. Dear Theodosia.
Right.
Not even just like have them sing like the national anthem or something or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a promotion. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You can't even go see Hamilton now. Like it's closed. Like it's, you can watch it on Disney Plus.
It really is straight out of like Hillary doing masterclass. Like, what the fuck is this? It is like all Trump University, just but for liberals. Like it's why do they do this? Because it's bedtime stories for the adult babies that our politicians are actually accountable to. The rich adult babies, I should say, that our politicians are actually accountable to, that live in a fairy tale.
Right. Yeah. Everything's a grift and a scam and a marketing ploy nowadays.